Broadcasting live from somewhere in the Shadow Realm, this is YuGiOh Duel Links Talk. Here's your host, Doug Dimmaduel.
Hey there, and welcome to another episode of YuGiOh Duel Links Talk. Well, folks, since our last YuGiOh Duel Links news update, there has been a lot of additional news updates, so we got a lot to catch up on. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. Right now, going on through June 21st, is the additional Legendary Duelist campaign, which instead of your typical one Legendary Duelist that's going to pop up within Duel World every once in a while, you're going to see multiples. You're going to see two at a time, typically. So this is to really help you out, and this is supposed to help you out at least with the other current event that's going on, which we will get to in just a second. And that is the Duelathon. This started on June 12th, and it's going on through June 21st. And it's a really neat event. I think it's not the most stressful, not the most time-consuming event, and you get some pretty good rewards. The way that it's set up, and if you've been playing it, you already know how it's working. But at least what it is you have different daily rewards that you can earn and cumulative rewards that you can earn. So on a daily basis, you want to keep on dueling. Every time you win or every time you lose, you get a certain amount of duel points, so to speak. So once you keep on hitting all of these different brackets, you'll earn more good stuff. So gems, jewels, some certain cards, all that stuff. So it's really cool. But now that we have the Legendary Duelist campaign as well, we're getting some pretty neat opportunities to earn more points, but also just also hopefully get some cards that you're hoping that would drop from some of these Legendary Duelists. So these two things go well together. I think there's not a whole lot wrong with that. Also, too, what I want to touch upon real quick is the card trader inventory that's been updated. There's a few new cards that have been added. They got two new rares, one new super rare, and one new ultra rare. The new ultra rare is Supervise, which I think is a pretty good equip spell card, because I love Gemini decks. What this is equip only to a Gemini monster. It becomes an effect monster and gains its effects. If this face-up card is sent from the field to the graveyard, target one normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So this has two really good effects. The first being that you don't need to worry about doing another normal summon to get your Gemini monster's effect out there. Just attach this card, Supervise, and I know it's a pretty high cost because it's an ultra rare at the card trader, but if you're running a Gemini deck, this is really one of those good cards that you would just definitely want to have in that deck. So and of course it has that extra effect where if you have another Gemini monster sitting in your graveyard, it is treated as a normal monster, so you're able to special summon it back out onto the field as long as it's level 4 or lower. So this kind of has a bit of a floating aspect to it. It'll allow you to float one monster from your graveyard back onto the field. Supervise, really good card for those types of decks. If not, then there's no need for it. The next super rare here is Overdrive Teleporter. It's a level 6 psychic monster with 2100 attack and 1200 defense. This card cannot be special summoned, but you could pay 2,000 life points to special summon 2 level 3 psychic type monsters from your deck. This effect can only be used once while this card is face up on the field. So, yeah, depending on the psychic decks, I haven't done too much with psychic decks. I know there's quite a few of those cards in Chaotic Compliance, I believe, so yeah, you could, if you have a psychic deck that you're doing. I'm not exactly sure if this one is worth it. It's so much more difficult with the life point cost when you're only starting with 4,000 life points. I could see these cards getting a lot more play if we started with 8,000 life points, because 2,000 life points is not as significant as basically cutting half of your life points in the Duel Links format. So I'd be curious to see if this card is really that good or not. I haven't done too much research into it. So yeah, if you listeners know anything more about this card or what the potential is on it, I'd love to hear about it. So reach out on Twitter. Next here we have a rare Eco Mystical Spirit of the Forest. Level 4 plant, 1700 attack, 1000 defense. When you take damage from an opponent's card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the damage you took. Also, both players take no further effect damage this turn. This card is pretty good if you are just out of spite going against Tia Burn decks or Weevil Burn decks, the ones where you're dealing with so much darn effect damage. This card is really just to counter that out. I don't see anything wrong with that at all. The next rare that we have here is Super Soldier Synthesis. It is a spell card that's a ritual card, so this card can be used to ritual summon any Blackluster Soldier ritual monster from your hand or graveyard. You must also send one light and one dark monster, one from your hand and one from your deck, to the graveyard, whose total levels exactly equal 8. You can only activate one Super Soldier Synthesis per turn. So this card is really good too. It's just for those Blackluster type decks. Nothing wrong with that, and it's only a rare, so it's not going to cost a whole lot if you need it. But anyway, that's it for that news here. We're going to move forward and see what else is going on, because there is still a ton happening. First of all, there is a sale going on through June 20th. Check it out. Try and take advantage of it. There is another campaign going on that just started on June 19th that will be going on until June 28th. It's basically an extra 50% experience on anything that you're earning right now. So instead of when you're dueling in Duel World against one of those normal characters there, instead of getting 500 experience for a win, you'll get 750 experience per win. So it's a EXP times 1.5 campaign. So this is useful because the other news that just came out as of June 19th is that the level caps on all the Legendary Duelists have increased from level 35 to level 40. So this gives you another reason to take advantage of that 1.5 times experience that you're going to be earning, so you could level up those Legendary Duelists quicker and hopefully collect some even better rewards. So this is really cool, this whole level cap. There's some interesting cards for each of the Legendary Duelists that you can now earn between level 36 and level 40. Some more gems, which I know is one thing that a lot of the duelists in YuGiOh Duel Links have been wanting. Opportunities for more gems, so there you go. May not be a lot, but hey, it's better than nothing. And also, too, we have another event that's happening right now that some of you may or may not have noticed, and it is Mokuba Kaiba in Duel World. That started on June 19th, and it's going on until June 28th. This one's pretty cool. There's a lot of good opportunities for some decent cards, one of which is Kimono Dragon. If it's a level 3 dragon, 100 attack, 200 defense, super rare. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one Dragon-type monster from your hand. You cannot special summon monsters except Dragon-type monsters, nor conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. You can only use this effect of Kimono Dragon once per turn. So that's another super rare that you can get from this one here. Then you also have Dark Flare Dragon, level 5 dragon, 2400 attack, 1200 defense. You can special summon this card from your hand by banishing one light and one dark monster from your graveyard. Once per turn, you can send one dragon-type monster from your hand and one dragon-type monster from your deck to the graveyard, then target one card in either graveyard and banish that target. So this one can come into play pretty cool, with especially with some of those zombie decks now, where it seems like they're more reliant on effects taking place within the graveyard. Dark Flare Dragon can take advantage of that with its secondary effect there. So there's a few other really cool cards that you could get. There's a few other super rares like Divine Dragon, Aprocrolif. Oh man, I can't pronounce that. Level 4 Dragon, 1000 attack, 1500 defense. Once per turn, you can discard one card, then target one Dragon-type monster in your graveyard and add that target to your hand. So that was pretty nice. There's a rare one, Lava Dragon, level 4, 1600 attack, 1200 defense. Reattribute this face-up defense position card to special summon 2 level 3 or lower Dragon-type monsters from your hand. One from your hand and one from your graveyard. So that's a pretty cool one as well. So there's a ton of good opportunities here. There's a lot of good YouTube videos out there that will discuss how to farm Mokuba at level 30 versus farming Mokuba at level 40. Level 40 seems pretty straightforward. I've been having a lot of success just using the Elements Unite skill set that you could use with the Paradox Brothers. That way you start with Gate Guardian, and it's stronger than any monster that Mokuba is going to have. Only thing to watch out for is the Negate Attack spell card, because it'll just end the battle phase, and that's it. So just keep an eye out for that. But it seems like farming should be pretty straightforward if you're trying to maximize your duel assessment on each of those each of those attempts up against Mokuba. Level 30, it could get a little more tricky. The Paradox Brothers one may not necessarily work as well because there is a card that Mokuba has that will inflict direct damage, effect damage of more than 500, which would be the life points that you would be starting out with the Paradox Brothers. So, yeah, it's a bit tricky. So there are some other videos on YouTube. I would definitely recommend looking them up if you're trying to farm Mokuba and try and get as many good cards as you can. So, yeah, that one's definitely a fun one. So, if you're having a lot of success in this event so far, if you're not having a lot of success in the event so far, let me know how your experience is with it. I'd love to hear about it on Twitter at YuGiOh Deck Talk. It's all one word, at YuGiOh Deck Talk. And I'd love to hear from you and love to discuss some of your topics in some upcoming podcasts. And just all around, if you just want to say hi, say hi. But yeah, that's kind of it. I know I really condensed all the recent news into just about a 10-minute segment here. But yeah, there is a lot going on, and there's going to be, seems like, quite a few more things to look forward to just within the month. So yeah, we'll be keeping our eye out on upcoming things within Duel Links. So if there's anything that you want to add or anything that maybe I have missed, yeah, just let me know on Twitter, and I'll bring it up in an upcoming podcast. So that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Take care.